Hey, and in this video, we're going to show you exactly how to make your very first webinar with EasyWebinar, the software that makes it completely simple and easy to obviously make your webinars here. That it lives up to the name. What can I say? I'm just kind of laughing over here. But let me walk you through exactly how to get your first webinar up. And for this demonstration, I'm actually going to show you how to do a live webinar with EasyWebinar. So this is your dashboard right when you log in. This is what it's going to look like once you log in, you sign up, you log in, and you're in the door. So you're going to be introduced with this big video here. It shows you everything you need to ever know about how to kind of use all the features on the system here. But we're not going to watch that. That's going to take too long right now. Let's just click over here on creating our first event right now. I'm just going to show you how fast this actually goes. It's pretty impressive. So this is our main dashboard. I'm not going to explain too much about all of the features. I'm just going to stick to the basics for this specific video so you see how to get your first live webinar going. So you can see the first option we have is either automated or live. Everything is done with this little toggle switch here. That's kind of how everything starts. So we're going to do a live webinar. I'm going to say first live webinar. And this is obviously just your title. This isn't what everyone else is seeing. We're going to select the time zone. We're going to go down to Pacific time zone. That's where I'm at. And this specific webinar is going to be a one-time event, not a recurring one. But obviously, you do have the options. You can do these as an evergreen type webinar. But this one is going to be one time. We're going to make the date for Saturday, the 7th. And let's do the start time exactly what it says at 1 o'clock and end time around 2. And the daily events, we're just going to keep that to the 12-hour time, the way that it's displayed. We're not going to put on the yesterday's replay because this is just a one-time event. And that's about it. So that's our first step. We're going to go to this next tab. And we're going to use this template that they actually have pre-selected for us. So we're just going to continue there. And we're going to now put in some presenter information. So we're going to say yes. The name of the presenter will be myself, Joe Fear, and the website will be grab easywebinar.com. I'm going to put in my image. You can see I already have it loaded up here. I'm just selecting that there. It's loaded up there. For presenter description, I already have that done right here. Copy that, boom, right inside of there. And now we're going to head over to the registration page, and you can see this is kind of the preview of the registration page right here. We're going to throw in the headline, and I actually have that already pre-made here. I'm going to go bam, right there. We have a sub-headline that is right here, right there. And the main display, we're going to leave it as an image since I don't have a video for the registration page. And we're going to throw a little description in there, and I have that pre-written right here. Kind of pre-wrote all this stuff to make this video nice and quick for you to see how fast this actually takes to get your first webinar up. And I highly recommend you filling out this information prior to actually doing this process because you can think a little clearer. It'll be a lot easier. We're not going to put any footer stuff. We're not going to put our phone number, Skype information on there. That's about it. We're going to customize the theme. I want to put my logo, company logo on there. So I'm going to throw this one on there, click it and hit save. This logo is actually pretty large. So I'm just going to do, it says here, it recommends the best fit is 89 pixels. So I'm just going to put 89 inside of there. And we're not doing any yesterday's replay. So I'm going to ignore all this, but you can see all the various options you have to do a whole bunch of dynamic types of webinars here. Now for the thank you page, you can see how everything is in sequential order. We have the event info, the registration page, the page that people land on to register, and then the thank you page. This is the page they'll see after the fact. This is just a preview. This isn't me. Okay, so we have a registration headline. I already have that here. And I'm not going to put a sub headline, but you can. And what I have is a video that they can see right after they register. I have it on YouTube, so it's cool. You can just grab your YouTube link, or you can just grab any kind of link from any sorts of sites. You can see a whole list here, or host it on your own website. And you plug that inside of there. I'm not going to put a description. And that really, actually, hold on. I'm going to go back to thank you page. We're not going to do any share incentives, but this is pretty cool because you can actually incentivize to pass your video around and then give them a little freebie. You can customize things. I'm not going to do that with any CSS. So what I'm going to do is actually this should be all done except for this one. So this is the actual live page. So I'm going to put a little headline on here. I'm going to pull that from, clicking around here. There it is. I want to click it or grab it from the registration page since this is what they opted in for. Just going to copy this over. And there you go. The event description, I'm not going to put that on there under the live page, but you can see that you have the option to redirect people after the event ends. I'm not going to do that, but you can definitely do that to like a sales page. And you can also put chatbot in here. So we say, sure, a live chat. And we'll show the attendees on the event page so everybody could see who's on. And what's really cool is that you can enable an offer on that live webinar. So you can actually have this for, let's just say this is CTA number one. Number one. And then whatever you write here would be actually what people see. And then you can select a button, add to cart, and then obviously you can have some call to action, or this would be like your sales page for the actual freebie, or not freebie, but some kind of offer that you're doing on here. I'm not going to do any of this stuff here. Tagging. This is if you have integrations in any of these, you can actually tag folks who are clicking on this and do some pretty cool dynamic stuff that way. So what's nice is with this offer, at a specific time when you are presenting this live webinar, you have the option to select to display this offer. And then this would pop up on people's live page as they're watching. So whenever you want to give them that call to action to buy something from you, or maybe it's to ask a question, you can see there's a whole bunch of different options on here, and you can customize your own. But that is how you do it. And you can actually create multiple of these. You can see you can add more right here on these little dockets here. So there you go. You can see you can collapse these. I have 3 now, but we're not going to do that now. Replay page, we're not going to really touch this because it's pretty much a duplicate of the actual event page, the live page. So we're done. The only thing that I'm not showing in this video, but you should have done before doing any kind of webinar, is to integrate your autoresponder with EasyWebinar. And you can see the list of the different autoresponders here. And if your autoresponder is not listed on this list here, you can always add your custom code. So this is grabbed from your autoresponder. You can plug it right in here to make sure that your registrants always get passed over to your autoresponder and on your list. And this basically works for any autoresponder. So it's amazing. It's great. So the very last step is I'm going to save and publish, and we're going to check out the pages that we just made very quickly. So you can see right here, we have the registration, the thank you page. There are a couple on here that we're not going to really need right now, but this is obviously the biggie. This is the one that people are going to register for your event at. So you can see, there it is. So we have my logo on top. We have my headline, my little sub headline there, and we have the button. So when people click on this button, you can see, boom, you have your own little registration box, and whenever people enter their information, that goes right over into your autoresponder. And then obviously when someone opts in, they're going to go to the thank you page. You can see the quick little bullets that I wrote here and my presenter information down here as well. And you can add an image or a video on this page as well if you wish. And if you don't like these templates, you can always use your own page builders like lead pages and ClickFunnels and things like that. And then just drop in the registration code right inside of there, so you can use your own style if that's what you're going for. But we're just using the built-in templates. So you can see that was our registration page. And here's our thank you page. And this is just that YouTube video I pulled. You could see it's just a little animation that we made, but it basically says, hey, here's the time and all that stuff. And from there, we have the actual, the live event's actually not going to work because you would have to register because this would assume the event's actually happening right now. So the page that it would actually look like, the live page, would be similar to this one right here, Obviously, when you're live, the video would be filling up this page right here. So you can see on the right-hand side, people have the option to put in their questions. Whenever you are talking here, you can actually receive questions from your attendees. You would see a list of attendees if someone were to select that option there. And you can put in, like I said, different call to actions. Things would pop up dynamically as you're actually posting them and doing that management within the backend admin area. But that is it. You can see how fast it was to set this up. Now, once it is set up, you always can go back and edit. There's a whole bunch of different options. This is how you would go live. You can see the different stats of, when you actually get people going to these pages and registering, visiting the page, registering, how many showed up, how many watched the replay, different actions. There's all these different things that you can really dig into quickly and easily with EasyWebinar. So that's it. And if you don't have EasyWebinar yet, or if you're kind of just considering the different webinar platforms that are out there, I'm just going to tell you, we've tried them all. We've been doing online marketing for almost 10 years now, and we've literally tried all the competing products out there, and they are confusing, they're expensive, and most of them don't do, actually none of them do anything near what EasyWebinar does. Usually, the competing products will just really focus on one type of webinar, like a live webinar or an Evergreen style webinar, but nothing is combined to give you the power to do both. And what's beautiful, if you look at this, just to recap here really fast, if you did really well on this live webinar, you can immediately either duplicate this whole event, so you don't have to do that work all over again, or you could just click automate. I want to automate this now. And then you just immediately, just like that, you just started an evergreen type webinar. And these are the types of webinars that will last for as long as you want. They can replay or play at various times of your choosing to the actual viewer. And this is how you make sales, by just running traffic and not having to present all of the time. So this is the power of EasyWebinar. It's amazing. We use it for everything we do, and we highly recommend you try it out for yourself. And when you sign up at grabeasywebinar.com, you're going to get a whole load of bonuses that help you get started fast and to also improve your marketing around your webinar so you can immediately start driving traffic, making money, and converting sales with your webinars, no matter what type of webinars you're doing. We have you covered with training and interviews with the experts on how to do that. So go to grabeasywebinar.com. You can pick up EasyWebinar at the best price, get those bonuses, and get in there, and we'll take care of you. All right. Hope to see you inside, and thanks for watching.